What's up, you guys? It's your girl, the one and only Ash Brown, and this is Ash Brown Uncensored. On this show, I talk a little bit about everything. It may be pop culture related, but it's probably Ash Brown related. You just gotta stay tuned to see what I'm going to talk about. Today, it's Ash Brown. It's Ash Brown all day, every day, all right? And for those of you that are unaware, I am first generation American-born Caribbean American. And with that comes a lot of responsibility, but also great privilege. Great privilege. Now, I say that to say I was talking with a friend of mine about an opportunity that I was presented with last year to go and be a community manager for a nonprofit in Europe. And this was going to be a great opportunity for me to live abroad, study abroad, get some abroad money, get the money up. We like to get the money. And it was going to be just an amazing, amazing situation. However, I was going to have to relinquish my United States citizenship. And for those of you that don't know it, all right, if you're born here in this beautiful, wonderful country, it comes with a lot of responsibility, And I just remember my mom telling me about all the things that my grandmother, Grandma Lou, and she went through to get here, to get to that next great pinnacle in life. Living in the islands was a beautiful experience for them, but they knew that there was a bigger world out there that they wanted to conquer, that they wanted to be a part of, that they wanted to give all that they could give. And in order to do that, they had to leave the islands. Had to. And my mother shared with me all the things that my grandmother did. Because I was under the impression, Grandma Lou left and went to England and she went to go get her certifications and become a nurse and all these good things. But it was a lot more than just that. Grandma Lou left, but she hadn't fully completed her certifications to become a nurse overseas in London. So a lot of times she was basically like a governess where she would take care of people's kids and be like the nanny, essentially. And I didn't know that. It never occurred to me. I think I created a story in my mind of what I thought that it was and what she actually did. But it was a lot more than becoming a nurse. And my mom getting naturalized and, talking my dad into it, it was a big deal. It was a huge deal. And my mom always wanted us to be proud of our citizenship and to be proud of our country, regardless of every country has its ins and outs and ups and downs. Okay, there's no perfect country anywhere. But she always made it her purpose to make sure that we understood that it was a huge responsibility. And there are a lot of people around the world that would absolutely, positively love the opportunity to be where we're seated. So because of that, I decided not to go. I decided not to take the position. And, when you're overseas, you're overseas. You're talking about being in Europe and time zones and traveling and back and forth. There's no way for me to come back and check on my family on a regular basis like I want to and to be in communication with them as I wanted to. And this is not the first time that my citizenship has been approached in a manner in which people would ask you to relinquish it and become a citizen of their country. And I get it. I totally understand it. But that's not my story. And that's not something that I'm willing to do. Just knowing how much my grandmother fought. And there are so many, I'll say relatives, because I don't consider them family, but there are a lot of relatives that don't know what I know about our family and exactly how they got here. And a lot of them, my grandmother sponsored to bring to the United States. A lot of them. And many of them didn't recognize it. Many of them don't recognize it. They just act like they just got here by their own bootstraps, which is cute, but it's not the truth. That's cutesy, but it's not real. And that's just my take on it. But yeah, I'm not giving up my US citizenship. That's not something that I'm willing to do. And I've heard stories of people that have given up their citizenship, their US citizenship, and then had to fight to get it back. Like, that's a whole, you're talking about attorneys, you're talking about courts. It's a lot of work. It's probably super easy to just drop, but I guarantee you, I'll put it on money, that it's not such an easy thing to jump back into it. I guarantee it's not. So I say that to say, people out there in the world, if you're thinking about something major like this. Now, if you're coming from a third world country and you're looking to come to the U.S., do it. Fight for it. It's not going to be easy in the least, in the very least. It will not be easy, but it'll certainly be worth it in the end compared to where you're coming from. And that's my little take on it. All right, that's my takeaway for the whole thing. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. This is going to be a crazy year ahead. OMG, so much stuff going on. Oh my goodness. We are in February, auntie. Yes. We're in February. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. And I'll holler at you later. Deuces.